The role of father in the family. Fatherhood is the greatest or most significant of its kind. I mean to say that anybody who plays the role of a father in some ways. For example, it could be cousin, brother, uncle, and you are playing the role of a father. You don't need to give birth to be a father. I am talking of responsibility. To be a good father, you must be ready to nurture and develop your children, especially in the way of God and in their academic pursuit. Ephesians 6 verse 4 says, "And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." No child becomes anything in life without the contribution of their fathers. A good father would always want his children to be ahead of him. A good father would make sure he handed over his inheritance to his children. No father would like to see his children wasted. Nobody wants to raise a non-entity. The role of the father in a family is very crucial. This topic is necessary because the children you give attention to and train today would one day become a father to somebody too. And what you input into their lives now will determine their destination in future. Nobody gives what he or she doesn't have. We face a lot of challenges in our generation today because a lot of men neglected their role and responsibilities in bringing their children up yesterday. I am seeing careless children pointing their hands at the face of their fathers straight without fear or respect, and I think it's necessary to treat this topic. Duties of a father. 1. Every father is compelled to pray for his children. Prayer is needed because the success of your children is equally your own success, and the failure of your children is your failure. Nehemiah 1 verse 6. Let thine ear now be attentive, and thine eyes open, that thou mayest hear the prayer of thy servant, which I pray before thee now, day and night, for the children of Israel thy servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned. Every father is sent as a pastor over his family, wife, children, and loved ones. It's our duty to intercede on behalf of our families. 2. Fathers must pay attention to the upbringing of their children. Proverbs 22 verse 15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. 3. Fathers must operate with understanding, not with intimidation or fear, because if fear is on ground, nothing can be learned. There is captivity and imprisonment of destinies of a child when there is no father figure. Ephesians 6 verse 4 says, "And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." 4. Fathers show their children the possibilities that change their mentality and move them to the realm of results. Most sensitive children do what they see from their fathers. This could be either positive or negative. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Benefits of having a father figure. 1. Fathers help their children to operate beyond their personal ability. You are to deliver your children from unnecessary stress and journeys. You know the road you follow to where you are. Please assist your children and shorten the journey for them. They're sacrifices you make today to secure the futures of your children. 2. Fathers call their children to order where and when necessary. That's exactly what is happening with us today in this computer age. Fathers no longer have time for their children anymore. 3. Fathers help their children to nurture and develop their lives from one level to another. 4. Fathers provide examples that help their children to establish principles. 5. Father defines, refine, and review the potential of their children. Fathers should be able to identify the potential in each child. 6. Fathers release, declare upon their children positive prophecies that unfold their destinies. What are the conditions for fatherhood? 1. To multiply your grace, oil, and anointing into your children. This call for hard work. You must invest in prayer and corrections. Acts 20 verse 20. And how I kept back nothing that was profitable unto you, but have shewed you, and have taught you publicly, and from house to house. John 15 verse 15. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. 2. Fathers impart the gifts that are lacking in the life of their children. Romans 1 verse 1 Amplifier version. From Paul, a bondservant of Jesus Christ, the Messiah, called to be an apostle, a special messenger set apart to preach the gospel good news of, and from God, Genesis 1 verse 21 to 25 says, "And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind, and God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful, and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind, and it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and God saw that it was good." Now let me explain what Genesis 1 verse 21 to 25 to you. There's what they call DNA in the system of every man that contains the details of what the man is. DNA carries the genetic information about all men is made of. Every child carries what their fathers carry. The law of creation was designed by God that every man should bring forth after his kind. That's why you can't differentiate between the father and the children, because of too much resemblance. Genesis 1 verse 26 says, "And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." Conclusion: no child will bring glory to you if you don't impart them positively. Ephesians 6 verse 4 says, "And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.